There is an indefinable, mysterious power that pervades everything. That power that can make a way out of no way.
Today, in the world, there's so much suffering because of that one of prayer.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Prayer Revolution. My name is Doyal. I'm here with my good friend Vira, and we're here on the Prayer Revolution, and it's so good to be here. I'm so glad to see you, Vira. We've been doing this for 2 months, over 2 months now, saying a morning prayer every day, and we say a prayer to recenter ourselves, reconnect ourselves, and then we discuss what it means to bring that mood of prayer into our daily lives so we can live with a greater sense of connection, guidance, et cetera, et cetera. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Grateful to be here. Yeah, definitely. It's an honor. I want to see that more and more every single day. It's an honor to be able to know where I can go to reconnect and to recenter and to clear away any of the clutter that could come in the mind, any of the cloudiness that could come, and to reconnect to what's most important. Thank you guys for making it so obvious and so clear and so welcoming to be able to do that.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So let's dive in. Those of us that are with us right now, tuning in, you're tuning in later on the podcast, just take a moment to pause in your day, in your night, wherever you're at right now. Pause whatever you're doing, connect to your breath, and connect to receiving. Right now, you're not giving. Right now, you're opening yourself up to receive. You can set your intention. What is it that you're seeking more than anything in your life? What is it that's most meaningful, that's most important to you? And creating that intention, connecting to that intention right now, just like a seed. We're going to plant that seed in the fertile soil of our heart, our consciousness. Trusting, knowing that it will come to be, knowing that. Gratitude is a divine virtue that's so important that other divine virtues couldn't exist without it. Spirituality grows like seeds within our heart. The goodness of our lifestyle protects that seed. Our spiritual practice of chanting God's names, reading scriptures, doing seva for God and others, and watering those seeds, that's so important. It's a value that we bring into our life right now. And we're calling out to you, my dear Lord, today. Please help us to be grateful, recognizing that gratitude is what makes the soil of our heart fertile. All those other virtues that are there, the seeds of our spiritual being, the nature of our soul is there dormant within us. And living a life of gratitude, no matter what's taking place, being able to extend that gratitude, being able to trust, begins to make that soil in our heart fertile so that we can express more and more those seeds of incredible virtues, divine virtues that are there dormant, of gratitude, of compassion, of kindness, of love, of service to others, of confidence in our spiritual nature and our connection with our higher power. All those divine virtues, all those intentions that you sat today, they're all like seeds that are in our heart. And gratitude makes the soil fertile. And so let's call out that whatever it is in our life right now that we're feeling ungrateful for, whatever it is that we feel like's rubbing us the wrong way, maybe we're feeling some envy towards somebody, or maybe we're feeling blocked in our own creativity, or we're feeling stuck and we're looking for connection and we're not feeling that connection. Help us to, right now, for what we have in our life, help us to see it through those eyes of gratitude. Help us to see through those simple eyes that somehow or other we have food to eat, we have shelter, and we have this opportunity right now to connect. That just those 3 basic needs of our life, that all of us, we have those right now. Let us be grateful for those basic needs in our life And let that start to make our heart fertile so that all those other beautiful things that we seek, all those other qualities that we seek, that are the nature of our soul, of our pure consciousness, they may begin to awaken a little bit more. Let us feel a rapture of gratitude right now. As we're calling out to you, you can in a moment, my Lord, you can give us a vision. You can clear away that veil of illusion that stops us from experiencing gratitude. It stops us from experiencing connection with you and the divine nature of our soul, the limitless nature of our consciousness. Help to peel away that layer of illusion that stops us from experiencing that, and help us to bring rapturous gratitude into our life. Grateful for this moment right now, grateful for the basic necessities of life that we've been given. So many people in the world don't have. There are so many people that don't have. Let us be grateful for what we have. Let us live our life in service of giving back to others so that they may experience the love of God, the love of another person through acts of service and kindness. We call out your names every single day to water those seeds of pure spiritual intention, the seeds that are in our hearts right now, to be able to nourish them so that they may blossom fully in our life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Vira.
Thank you, DJ.
Always so sweet.
Yeah, I took that from my godfather, Arjuna. He sent me a quote from Radhanath Swami. So I kind of started it off with that quote, and then just kept it going from there. And I'll just read the quote out. It's a lot. I shared a bit of it, but just read it out as he shares it. Gratitude as a divine virtue is a divine virtue that's so important that other divine virtues could not exist without it. Spirituality grows like seeds within our heart. The goodness of our lifestyle protects that seed. Our spiritual practice of chanting God's names, reading scriptures, doing service for God and others waters that seed. But gratitude is what makes the ground fertile, so that all these other virtues will actually have its maximum effect. A fertile soil allows the seed to have deep roots and grow very strong. And for that, a grateful heart is essential.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is your mom on this call?
Is my mom? Let's see.
Oh my God. She is.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Oh my God, there she is. I know, I recognize her. She looks just like her grandson. Her grandson just looks just like her. Her grandson looks more like her than you, Vira.
Okay.
Oh
Hey,
my
Mama.
God.
Hey, Mama Bear. Thanks for joining us.
We got to bring her up. We're gonna make her our special guest very soon. We can't, if we bring her onto a guest right now, she doesn't get on the Instagram livers. All you Instagram livers, you're missing Vira's mom right now. So anyways, we're so glad you're here, Mama. Thanks for being here. Thanks for bringing this beautiful ball of light into the world. You've done a great service just by being who you are. And he's told us a few of his childhood stories, and we look forward to hearing more of them on next time. Well, all you guys who feel that we should have Vira's mom as an official special guest, please raise your hand or give a woo woo in the comment board. Oh yeah, there it is. Yep, it's 100%. Okay, Vira, let's do it. Yeah. Anyways, I was just scrolling through who's here, and oh my God, she's a sweet lady.
Yeah, thank you for joining, Mama.
Thank you. You didn't even know she was here.
I didn't. No, I didn't until you pointed it out.
Okay, don't get bashful on us.
No. I feel grateful. Feel deeply grateful.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Grateful. That's what you're supposed to be. That's what you were just telling us about.
That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling.
Gratitude. Yeah. She's bringing out the gratitude in you. You got to find the people that bring out the gratitude in you, right? Isn't it some people they bring out the complainer in you? I know people bring out the complainer in me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there's people that bring out the gratitude in me. And
Yeah.
usually the people that bring out the complainer in me, they normally seem like more fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that bring out the gratitude in me, it's like, you know what I mean? But we got to find those people that bring out the gratitude in us.
Absolutely. Well, I'll give a shout out. My dear mother, her name is Kunti. For those of you guys that don't know, my mom definitely brings the gratitude out of my heart for sure. Just the way that she's lived, and I shared a little bit about her, and she's on right now, so hopefully don't embarrass her too much. But the way that she has served in my life has given me the bearing, has helped me to understand the direction that I want to go in my life. The way that she's served the community in Dallas from people that she's never met in her life. You know, she ran a project called Food for Life for many years in Dallas, and Meals on Wheels. And I remember as a kid going into the ghettos in Dallas and just walking up to, you know, strangers' homes, people we'd never met before in our life that couldn't leave their homes in some way. They were compromised. And she would walk up with a hot meal, you know, wrapped up in foil or wrapped up in whatever we're bringing it in, and sit down. She'd sit down with them and ask them how they're doing, and just with so much compassion. Really, really a saintly and inspiring devotee of God. And so she wears her heart on her sleeve. She gives herself completely and fully to every moment of life, and I aspire. She's my first guru, so I aspire to be more like her. You're on mute, Mama. If you want to say something, I'm unmuting you right now.
Here she comes.
Oh no, it won't. I can't unmute you for some reason.
I can't either. She's unmutable.
Yeah. You're unmutable, Mama. Sorry, we're not going to get to hear your voice this time.
There you go. She did it. She did it.
I did it. I have to say that I was so determined when I joined ISKCON in 1978 to never marry, never have kids, because I had been through a really hellish upbringing, difficult. And so everybody has their story. The boomers are full of those stories, all the baby boomers. But the long story short is, without Srila Gurudev, who quietly and patiently and lovingly encouraged me to open my heart to the idea of getting married and having children, I have to credit Srila Gurudev 100%, because I was really not going to be a mom, not at all. And not married, nothing. I just wanted to be renounced and travel and preach Krishna consciousness, and that was it. And so I give Srila Gurudev all credit, and he opened my heart. That he opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. And with him by my side, because after a while, but Vira Doyal's dad, he took off, and it was just us. For 6, almost 7 years, it was just us, me, Bud, and his big brother, Sri Rupa, and then Srila Gurudev was there again, and Ratatmaja Maharaj eventually came on the scene. Gunagrari Maharaj. I have so many to shout out to. Arjuna Prabhu. The list goes on and on. We have a lot of father figures that really saw what I was dealing with, and they came in, and so all glories to Guru and Krishna. But thank you for taking gold out of a filthy place. Like I always tell Beth, the lotus rises out of the mud. And I'm that fertile mud for sure. I was definitely ready to know that there was more to life, and like I said, it's the group's mercy completely. And but thank you.
For those of you guys that don't know who Gurudev is, my mom was just sharing about her spiritual teacher was really like a father figure to her, and like a godfather to our family, and just a little glimpse of sharing a little bit.
Yeah.
Guru's grace and gratitude for Guru, and thank you so much, Mama, for sharing.
I have a quick question. Who was the cuter baby, Vira or Rupa?
They were both adorable.
Yes. One had to be cuter.
Doyle, you're evil.
No. Sri Rupa, I would say, was extremely handsome and precious. Vira Doyal was just precious because he was kind of rascally.
Ooh.
He would get himself dressed every morning. From the age of 2.5, he started dressing himself, and some of the clothes he would put on were just wild. And he was just. I think out of the two, Vira Doyal was extremely funny, very funny. He could always make Sri Rupa and I laugh, and he was Sri Rupa's minion from like age 4 on. He was his gopher. From the moment Bud learned how to ride a bike, which was pretty early, he learned how to ride a bike very fast. He walked before Sri Rupa. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of differences between the two. They're both extremely handsome, though, to me, and cuter is hard because Sri Rupa had his antics. So, but yeah, definitely, but he's more fresh in the mind. Just some of the things he did were just very, very unique.
You have a quick, unique story for us, maybe?
Yeah, I do. Let's see. He's almost 5 years old, and he decided he was just going to go off by himself somewhere, and like really far. And I think no, he's not 5. He's more like 3. He's more like 3 years old. There you go. And he just started walking down Burley Avenue toward the freeway. And I didn't know that he had gotten out the door. And the neighbor lady, she just followed him for a while. And she kept asking him questions. Hey, where are you going? He crossed Fairview, crossed, a major street. She was, with him when he crossed. She was by him, nearby. And she just kept asking. He was walking right out to the freeway. Not even thinking. He was so, just bold, just going off by himself. He used to like to hide. He would hide sometimes. I couldn't find him. So that would be a game. He would play that a lot. But yeah, no, she brought him back, and she said, he was headed all the way out to the freeway. And of course, I'm frantic, running around looking for him, and I had no idea that he had gone that far. So that's one story. That's the one that stands out.
I was hitchhiking out to California to go see Doyal.
Oh, sweet.
Knew when I got you back, I looked at you. I said, "You can't do that," and you were just smiling, and and I knew right at that moment this kid's going places. The bank parking lot, right, bud? Remember the bank parking lot with you and what's his name? Vicky's youngest son. yeah, so there was this neighborhood kid named Seth, and he was one of 7 children, and mom was by herself. And how old were you? Gosh, just a little bit over 5. And they had slipped out the back door. I was cooking, and they had slipped out the back door, he and Seth, and they had just walked over to the bank parking lot, which was 1.5 blocks away. And this was at 9:00 at night, and it was pitch dark. Srila Gurudev came home from a program, and he saw these boys slapping these water pedals and laughing. And they're only 5. But then he looked and he saw that there was one that had a long sika, really long sika out, because Bud's sika was like 12 inches. It was really long. And, oh man, Gurudev got so upset. And the next day, the brahmachari who was with Gurudev brought him to my house, and he said, Srila Gurudev wants to see you right after Mangalarti. So, yeah, he really chastised me. So, anyway, yeah, so he ended up going to a family for a little while. I was a little overwhelmed. I was trying to be the breadwinner and take care of the kids, and Srila Gurudev decided that he should go to Lakshmi Priya's family for a little while. And how long did that go on, Bud? Was that about 3 years, 3 months, 4 months?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. She seems to think it was a year. Well, in my mind, it was 12 years, but it was because it was very painful. And then finally he came back because we just felt like it was better fit. So, Gurudev was very protective of Vira Doyal. And, so I was not the best mom, that's for sure.
You're a great mom. You can always tell a tree by its fruits. And the way that Vira speaks of you so affectionately, I can see this. Just your humility is coming through, and I think your son is such a beaming ray of light and sunshine in so many people's lives that you have brought an amazing gift in the world. And I see Sri Rupa also, your older son, and the two of them, and just such beautiful. I mean, I'm a recent pup dad. I'm trying to raise a puppy, and it's not easy. I can't imagine.
Wow.
I can't imagine raising human boys. I have a puppy boy, and it's not easy bringing a healthy young man into the world. And so I give you tons of credit, and I'm super grateful. Vira said a prayer about gratitude this morning, and just want to express gratitude to you, and thank you so much. And
thank you.
I'm sorry. Oh, of course. Sorry for derailing our podcast, Vira. I just saw your mom on the screen. I just got excited.
Grateful.
All right, Vira, what's on your heart and mind?
Yeah, I just, as my mom is sharing, what comes to my mind is that that every person is raised by their parents, and that it actually takes so much more than that, and I remember at a young age feeling embraced by more than just my mom. I always felt my mother's love and affection, but I felt, she was talking about Srila Gurudev, who's a great teacher and spiritual master who is no longer living on this planet, but was my mom's main spiritual teacher, and was kind of like a community leader that really looked after everybody that was practicing yoga and participating and growing and developing spiritual life and serving the community. He was the main leader in that community, and he was so attentive and so thoughtful of every single person, every family, and every child. And from a young age, Arjun's put it up there, it takes a village. And I feel like I was raised in a village. In East Dallas, we had a little village there. And I had an incredible, my mother's incredible She remarried. My stepfather's an amazing father figure. My elder brother, always so caring and supportive, and the whole community. I mean, we were in the ghetto in East Dallas, and if it wasn't for that community, and it wasn't for the support, and it wasn't for everyone looking out for each other, caring for each other, then there's no way that I'd be where I am today, or there's no way I wouldn't have made it out of that, out of that consciousness necessarily. I wouldn't have made it out of, meaning like, like the ghetto hood kind of space and kind of consciousness. And so my mom's reminding me of that, all the different times we were supported and taken care of by the community. And we all need that, We live such isolated lives. In modern Western society, Western culture is so isolated, it's so nuclear, and oftentimes it's so individual, one person by themselves, two people by themselves, and not really having that greater network that is actually living life with them and caring for them and knowing what's going on and available to be there. And so I think that's something that's really missing. It's missing in the world, and this is a humble attempt that we're coming online to create that, and also that how to really create that in the way that we live. That every single day is it's not just connected to our needs, but it's connected to the needs of greater society, greater community, and that it's interwoven. That the way that we act day in and day out is serving so many more people than just ourselves, even if it's just a few more people, but that's what we're dedicated to. And it's tough, to live in community. Right now we're living with Jai and Shama, my brother and sister-in-law, and their mom, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it really takes a lot of intention. It takes a lot, it takes clear communication and a lot of intention. But what's then made possible is, in such a practical way. Like, I cook once a week for lunch, and, everyone else cooks once a week, and we're serving each other meals, and we're caring for each other and caring for each other's children. It's such a rich way of living. And so I feel super grateful for growing up in that environment, growing up in a village, and really encourage all of us and pray that we can all have that experience of day-to-day connection, being able to, whether we're coming online, it's amazing. And then also, how are we moving toward that, holding space for that vision, even if it's just starting to lay the foundation for it, even if it's just in our consciousness that we're seeing it and knowing it's possible, to be able to actually, to live our life a little more interwoven and supportive of, feel the support and also give the support. So I'm just reminded of that, and so grateful for my upbringing in that way.
Yeah. Well, we got it. Hold on. Thank you, Mama. I remember I live in a neighborhood in Brooklyn that's Dittmas Park, Kensington. There's a lot of old 3-story Victorian houses in the neighborhood, and all these they're all unique. Every single one's unique, and there's all these they all have these big beautiful porches, and it just kind of reminds me how at a certain point in culture we traded our front porches for backyard decks, that kind of thing. You used to sit on the porch and just be like, even before my time, it was a way of like, I'm going out to be in society, in my neighborhood, to like, no, I'm taking it. It's like, where do you spend my time? In my living room, in my backyard. Like New York City, you don't have any backyards. It's your fire escape. And so, but we overlook that, but it's a cultural shift, of like, I belong to a community outside my home. So thank you for reminding us of that, Vira. I believe things beautiful. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. We love you guys. We love you, Mama Kunti. We love you, Vira. We love all our listeners. Thank you all so much for joining in. If you'd like to participate in our live Zoom group here, if we ever get any cameo appearances from any other mothers out there, please write to us at prayerrevolution@bhakticenter.org, or go to bhakticenter.org/online to check out our offerings. And we're here every day, so we'll see you next time, right?
Grateful to be with you guys. And just in your day today, I was just thinking, you know, if you go outside of your home today, you're going to any place that you go to regularly, get to know their names. You know, call them by their names. Make that a practice. Call them by their names. Thank them saying their name. And just that one thing, remember those people's names and thank them and express gratitude to them each time you see them in the grocery store, in the coffee shops, you know, people that take your trash out, whatever it is, you know, whoever those individuals are. And just to create that little, that one more layer of connection and community. And it can go so much, you know, unlimitedly from there. So grateful to be with you guys.
Thanks so much. Love
Love
you
you,
guys.
Mama. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Take care, everybody. Be well. We'll see you next time.
Hari.